This little session's about MXF for contribution, or AS-11, and the involvement of the Digital Production Partnership. I'm Ian Wimsett from Red Bee Media. I'm Senior Technologist there. So, although AS-03 looked like it was a pretty good candidate for the job and had all the tools inside it, we had to make a few tweaks just to make it suitable for UK delivery requirements. So here's AS-11, issued version 1.0 on January the 18th this year. It's a free download from AMWA.tv. You don't need to be a member of AMWA to download it. You can get it for nothing. Please download it and use it if you wish to. It's based on AS-03, as we said, and it adds bit rates above 50 megabits a second, and it specifically adds AVC Intra Class 100 High Intra 422 profile at level 4.1 as defined by SMPTE RP 2027-2011, or AVC Intra 100 if you want to give it a shorthand term. We took the opportunity also to add in AS-11 some legacy SD formats for 50 megabit D10 with AS3 support. It just turns out that the DPP broadcasters in the UK have large SD back catalogues, and at some point they want to be able to deliver those by file as well, so we just took the opportunity to add that into the AS-11 specification explicitly. It also adds program segmentation for its metadata, which we'll come back to in a sec, which is rather new. And of course it has to add some custom shim-specific metadata to add the editorial metadata, which is the equivalent of the paper form in the tape box. And compared to AS-03, we've tidied up a bit of the language in the AS-11 document, so it's just a little bit easier to read. So it's basically MXF OP1A. In line with other AMWA principles, it's completely standards-based. We haven't invented anything here. We're just telling people how to use the existing published standards. But it does reference 29 of them. So you can imagine, if we went to a production company in the UK and said to them, please send me an AVC Intra 100 file with 8 tracks of audio in an OP1A wrapper, what they'd have to do, they'd have to go and find those 29 standards, decide which parts of them were relevant to them, and then send us what they thought we wanted. So you can see there's no chance of this working in reality, which is the whole point of having AS-11 in the first place. So the file itself should contain just a single program with video, audio, closed captioning, and other ancillary data. This is for final delivery, this file format. We don't put multiple files, multiple programs in the same file. And in line with other AMWA specifications, it permits shims, which we'll come back to in a sec. So here are the key features. It allows, of course, video, audio, closed captions, and timecode. It tells you how to pack your file using the MXF toolkit. It tells you how to use AS-11 core descriptive metadata, the optional UK DPP descriptive metadata, and how to use program segmentation. So the video, as we've heard, you get some options here. The AVC Intra 100 codec, or the legacy D10 at 50 megabits codec, or all of the AS-03 encodings as well. So this is backwards compatible effectively to AS-03. Audio-wise, PCM, AC3 or Dolby E are all permitted, but up to 64 tracks this time. So one of the things we did want to do in the UK was to have multiple language, discrete surround audio with stereo audio as well. And you get to very big track numbers if you start doing that sort of thing. So we've allowed people to go up to 64 tracks in this case. Closed captions, 608 and 708 on a 436 track. And as soon as SMPTE have published the new specification for STL files in MXF, we'll add that as well for use in Europe and in the UK. Timecode is very carefully specified. This file is designed to be used simply in a playback device at the broadcast station, so synthetic MXF timecode in the MXF material package only. MXF, as we said, is basically OP1A with a closed and complete header, so the file is complete before we start sending it out, although you might be able to play it before it's finished arriving, but at least it's closed. It should have full index tables. We tell you exactly how to do partitioning, how to do KLV alignment, and those good MXF things. Random index packs are required. So we said that AS-11 has a set of core descriptive metadata. This is a relatively small number of fields, just 9 of them. Things like series title and program title, and the name of the shim, which is going to be used in the AS-11 world to determine which other which are the parts of the specification set you're going to use. The optional descriptive metadata we've added, so this is the paper form that goes in the tape box equivalent, so another 37 fields we've added, which includes things like the production number and the synopsis, whether it's passed a flash pattern analysis test before it's sent to us, because in the UK that's a regulatory requirement, and we tell people how to use program segmentation. So this might be a single part program, or it might be a multiple part program which is either soft or hard broken. As we said earlier, a lot of the parts of this specification are shimmable. So for the DPP use, we've said exactly which ones of all those parameters should be used in our particular application. So for those of you who haven't listened to Oliver's presentation about shims, very quickly, this is what they are. So a shim is an application-specific constraint set that constrains the general specifications to tailor it to a specific purpose. And as issued with AS-11 version 1, we've included 2 shims specifically for the DPP use. Of course, you can add other shims as well. It's not just for users of DPP areas. But if you need ABC Intra 100 Essence or any of the AS-03 encodings, MPEG-2, H.264 up to 50 megabits, this is probably the one for you. Or multiple audio tracks for discrete surround, as I've said, or custom descriptive metadata or use of program segmentation, then this could be the right thing for you. So what about support then? Well, even though it's a new specification, we have recently held a joint AMWA and Digital Production Partnership Manufacturers Day in London in the UK. Lots of people came along. We did some file exchange between boxes to make sure we'd written the specification correctly, and it was generally pretty successful. Some of the vendors just had early implementations of it, which I know have now been improved. But we were very pleased that so many turned up, and we did manage to exchange files between everyone, and there were no serious errors actually. Just to say that if any other organizations want to use AS-11, it's a really easy thing to do. All you have to do is define a shim for your specific use, and you're up and away. If you need any further information, you can go to the AMWA website, where you can look at all of the application specifications, or you can get specific detail about AS-11. If you want to know about the Digital Production Partnership, they have their own website. Anybody can log on to that. You don't need to be a member again, and there's information about the technical standards there. Or you can ask me, and my email address is at the bottom. That's it. Thank you very much.